And welcome to our video today on the map view. This is Barb Stearns with Nero Global Tracking, and I'm glad you've been able to join us and get some further training. So what we're going to cover today is some just real basic information on the map view and how to get your map view up. So once you have logged in, when you log in, of course, you always come to your home page, and over on the right-hand side here, we have our map view. And when we look down here, it says all, and it shows all of my vehicles in this box here. So I have the ability to just select one vehicle, or by holding control to select a group of vehicles, or I can select all of the vehicles simply by clicking on Select All. I also have the ability, I'm just going to clear that, I have the ability to use my item groups to choose different groups of vehicles. So I could say, show me just my vehicles that are gas fitters, and then I could select all of those vehicles. Or I could say, show me all the ones that are in BC, and then select all of those vehicles. So I can customize which vehicles quickly pop up to show on a map. So what I'll do right now is just have all my vehicles and select them all. And I'm just going to click on Show Selected. You'll see here, for those of you with Dispatch, you'll also have the ability to switch over to drivers and choose to display your map just by drivers. Or you can do that once you get into the map view, which will be, more information on that on another video as well. So I'm going to click on Show Selected, and that's going to open up my map. I always just enlarge it so I've got the biggest map that I can get. Now, this map, being the main map, is a map that it doesn't time out. So you can have it open all day, and you can have it running in the background. It's going to refresh every minute and update your information. And you also have the ability to open more than one if you'd like. So I can simply minimize this and then, choose just all my BC vehicles and select them all and show them on a separate map and have that running at the same time. Or by tiling, I can have them open side by side. So I'm just going to go back and get my first map view because that has all my vehicles on it. And you can see, here's all of my vehicles. Now, what the map does is it's going to center so that all the vehicles are available to see at once. So it's going to center it that way, and we can certainly zoom in on one or more of the vehicles, but it's going to just give me a map view that is going to display all of them at once on the same map. As a vehicle moves, if this vehicle of mine was moving out this way and driving out, say, towards Chilliwack area, as the vehicle moved and the map refreshed, it would just zoom out a little bit so it could still all include them. Now you can see that there were several more vehicles than what I'm actually seeing, and it looks like maybe some are stacked on top of each other and such here. I have this little button on the side that's my declutter button, and when I click on this and check the box, you can see how these all spread up, and now I can see all 4 vehicles that are all in the same place. And that just toggles on and off. Now, when I want to be able to zoom in and see exactly where a vehicle is, I have on the bottom here my Zoom to Rectangle button. Now, I do always have the bar here where I can zoom in and out, which keeps the center of the map the same. But if I click on Zoom to Rectangle, then if I click and release and then move my mouse without holding down, it draws this little red box. When I click again, it closes the box and brings up my vehicle and zooms right in on that area. I could do it again because you can see I've got lots more area I can zoom in. And when I want to go back and see all of my vehicles again, I just simply click Best Fit, and then everybody's back again. Okay, so that's my Zoom to Rectangle button on the bottom. My pan is just So default, and that just means I can click and hold, and I can drag my map if I wanted to see anywhere different. And again, best fit will center them again. My view address button is anytime that this is clicked, anywhere I click on the map, even out there in the middle of nowhere, it's going to give me address and latitude and longitude. Now there's no physical address out here, but you can see it will give me the latitude and longitude. And you'll see in other videos how that can be really useful for setting up zones or landmarks or things like that. But if it's actually a physical address, you'll see that you'll get an actual address and the latitude and longitude. And I'll just go back to my pan. What the other ability we have here is to click on a vehicle, and it's going to tell me all the details. So at 9:57:35 a.m., this vehicle was traveling 112 kilometers an hour. And you can see as my map refreshes, it just refreshed. That's why my box closed. So you can see this information actually changed if you saw that quickly. It did say 112 kilometers. Now when the locate was done or anything else, it was doing 95 on Provincial Route 1 in Langley Township, and it was a locate that was done. And that's the event type. Okay, so if I click on this one, we can see that it's at 141 Morrissey Crescent. It's been stopped for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and the last event was an ignition off. You can see this one here. It's in Richmond from 10:35. It's been stopped for 2 days and 23 hours, 24 minutes with the ignition off. So you can see how you can get quick information just by clicking. When you have landmarks set up, then when any vehicle's at a landmark, it also shows you this vehicle's right by the Tim Hortons 66. Okay? This vehicle's at our Port Moody office. So it gives you quick information, and as I said, it refreshes every minute, so you can always keep looking. Every time this refreshes, we'll see, because this vehicle's actually in motion, that it's going to update the information there. All right, and then up at the top here, we have some map details. So when we click on this traffic button, again, it toggles on and off. And then if you're in an area that has the live traffic, which is more the, larger cities and such, then you can see what it does is it gives me the information on the traffic flow. So green is normal traffic, yellow is slowing, and if there's any red, which you can see here, it's stop and go traffic. Incidents, they come up in these hazard signs. So this is a broken down vehicle. You can see it looks like it's going to be cleared up. It's estimating times, but you can get, there's construction, so you can get quick information here. And again, that just toggles off. This is your street map view. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer into an area so you can see the difference. So you can see that, streets are labeled because we're on the street map view. When we go to the aerial image, it gives us a recent satellite image. And again, I can zoom in closer so you can actually see. You can, usually get quite close to be able to pinpoint a building, and again, helps for things like landmarks and zones, different things like that. Or I also have my hybrid map view, which overlays my streets over top of the aerial. So I can see street names, and I can still see my aerial image. So your street map's your default, and I can go back to that at any time. So that just gives you some really basic information on launching your map view and how to view your vehicles. again, when I click best fit, just centers me right back. Thanks for joining, and we'll have a couple of more videos on the map view itself so that you can get more information. Thanks again. Bye-bye.